is up, everyone? It's Mr.StealUrGurl coming back at you with another Supreme Commander 2 replay. This one, the person sending it in labeled it as 2v2v2. This is a first for the StealSpeaks channel, and it is on Open Palms. That is a really interesting match. I know I've cast FFAs here before, but never a 2v2v2. Usually when people play type matches like this, they are messing around or just having a good time. So let's introduce the players. I'm going to introduce the person moving first because he is more likely going to die first or have great victory. We got Kolos, 3-4-5-3. I'm just going to say Kolos. He is doing a PD push all day long against Tanks. Oh my goodness, is that Tanks? I have not seen Tanks in a long time. He used to have a different name. I can't remember it offhand, but he is an excellent player. It is very unfortunate that Kolos is trying to pull this off against Tanks, because Tanks is already hard countering it with that missile launcher, and he's capturing a point defense. This could go very bad for Kolos. So let's quickly introduce the other players. And Ares. I know I've been calling them R's lately. I'm used to the Ares A-R-I-E-S, so that kind of threw me off. But this is the Greek god Ares. He is the white UEF doing a double land factory build. And it appears that this was successfully stolen. And yes, he's building on the wreck. Hopefully he's going to control K that. That is going to be interesting. Yeah, it was nothing he could do about it. Kolos is having a really nasty time right now. And it appears that these two are team members. Because if Ares was the enemy of Tanks, he would have come in and wrecked him. But Kolos is just about to pop. Let's see. Where is Kolos? Boom! Down he goes within about 2 minutes. That's how long you last against Tanks. Tanks is an excellent player. And his teammate, Alpha. Poor Alpha left alone. And, of course, it's Alpha Hex. He's got to be in this replay. Because if there's any more than one players and Alpha Hex isn't here. Oh my goodness, he's already got the dynamic power shunt. So we know what he's doing. He is a Cybern player. He's been left alone for long enough to have a triple research station build going on here, and this engineer is just chilling. This engineer is definitely, going to that market. And oh my goodness, Heavy has spawned in as the red Aeon commander doing the tactical missile launcher build against against UEF. That's not so bad, but it's kind of rude. And his teammate Turkus spawning in as the purple Cybern player, doing a nonsensical point defense build. But hey, it's all good. You never know in these type of matches. He has yet to build a land factory, but he definitely has a research station, so that could be very useful for him. It appears that tactical missile launcher is somewhat effective, and poor Tanks has not been able to completely recover from that quick attack, because this right here, this mass extractor has not been completed. That is a nasty thing. You really want that to be done. And dang, poor Ares left with 4 mass extractors. And is it going after that factory? No, it's overkilling that mass extractor. So Mr. Heavy 6000 is being a complete butthead and using one of the most cheap attacks that anyone could really use in this game. But it can be effective, and it is actually quite easily countered. And boom, down goes a freshly built mass extractor. And, I think that Ares may really want to consider investing in some of the anti-missile launcher units. And I'm sure he put that down in response and is just waiting to be able to build that. And these mobile missile launchers are quite an investment, just as long as Heavy... Oh, doing the do-si-do! Trying to reclaim. That is the reclaim bug, unfortunately. He's trying to... As long as he doesn't overdo it with tactical missile launchers. But you know what? He can overdo it with tactical missile launchers if he really, really wants to. And Alpha Hex got the tactical missile launcher on his commander, it appears. Let's take a look here. Let's try to turn this around. Where is that? Is it on him? I don't see it. Maybe I'm just blind. But oh, it's from this factory. That's kind of rude. Alpha Hex has got power detonate. He's punishing these poor little tanks, trying to just do their job. You know, they're just going in one by one, trying to do their job, but they are being killed very, very slowly. And another one done. I don't know if that was an even trade right there, but at least your opponent didn't get any free research points there, right, Alpha Hex? Because that is actually kind of important. Dang, poor Ares. What is Ares doing just sitting there that is not finished? I think Ares is just messing around right now, honestly. I don't think he is playing fully serious after seeing somebody go for a point defense creep. But a Cybran player left unchecked doing all of these research stations, it is pretty much GG, guys, if the Cybran player is left unchecked. So Alpha has many options here. Because, sorry guys, I am yawning. It has been a rough week. I've actually just got back helping a coworker move. That was a very tiring situation. Lots of work, lots of heavy things. Of course, she just said, "Oh, just a few heavy things. I need you guys to help." I figured it would only take an hour. It went on from 5:30 to about 8:30, so I am extremely tired. I had a full day at work, and of course, as you guys know, I work in a mental hospital, so that in itself is draining. So please forgive any yawns. I'm a very tired person right now. Anyhow, back to the game. Not a lot is happening. Just Alpha Hex's poor factory goes bye-bye. And what was that about, Alpha? I guess he wants to keep that out of range. I think Alpha is going for the megalith. That's going to work out. And I don't think most of the Turkos doesn't appear to be very aggressive. And in this situation, you want to be highly aggressive against your opponents. And Heavy 6000 is just being kind of annoying with the tactical missiles and shields, giving Ares a very tough time. It's very difficult for Ares to bust through with his mass extractors constantly getting blown up. Let's speed this up. I'm sorry I haven't done that. This has been a very, very interesting match. Tanks finally pushing Alpha Hex out, controlling his units like he's supposed to against a Cybran player. And Alpha going against a handful of enemy units. The enemy units are not doing too much damage against Alpha Hex. Alpha Hex cleaning them up very, very easily. There's a lot of free yummy mass there, and of course, Alpha Hex, being an excellent player, sucks that yummy mass up and does the do-si-do there for a moment, but he was watching, so he knows what's up. And a nanobot weapon gets researched as Heavy breaks through. What is Heavy? How is Heavy able to break through there? Did he? It's interesting. It appears Ares and Tank's team just got really screwed by a bunch of cheese. That is so much cheese. It's like they laid it on so thick that this team over here was super cheesy with this tactical missile launcher, and this team was cheesy over here with the point defense creep. And Omega's done with 2 gantries. I don't think there's enough mass or energy to support this second gantry, and I don't think it's a great idea idea to build it right next to a research station because it's going to be really hard for the unit to come out. But you know what? That happens. In these type of areas, you really fight over land and like space and resources. Luckily for Ares, heavy units did not find anything of value back there. Again, I'm sorry everyone for yawning. I have been yawning in the past 2 videos. I am just very, very tired. I'm not bored, I promise you. I am just trying to pump these videos out with my incredibly busy life. So please forgive me, everyone. And this weekend is out of the question to even do anything because I'll be out of town. So, again, forgive me for any issues you may have. But, you know, it's all good because you got a video. Enjoy it, because you know I am. And a nanobot plus megalith combo is very hard to beat, and especially these units are not going to have a good time. A little battle happening right here, and somehow heavy 6000 is breaking through Ares' defenses, but I don't think Ares really cares, considering how his commander were just sitting there. I think Ares is just chilling, just having a good time. Maybe his little brother or sister hacked his account. I think he's just not playing very seriously. It just doesn't appear that this doesn't appear how Ares usually plays. And that's okay, because you gotta have your games where you just kick back. It's not super duper competitive, especially in this type of situation, because excuse me, it's not super duper competitive because look at the cheese these guys had to deal with. A point defense creep right out the gate, and like look at the 3 tactical missile launchers. That's just really rude. And Tanks is being a sneaky little guy, putting a point defense back here. And why did that seize up there for a moment? That was interesting. Did anyone else see that? Who cares? But yeah, that point defense is blasting nothing right now because Alpha Hex was smart and killed it. And that's a sacrifice capture that was super fast. Really good move there. Now Tanks has Cybran technology as well as Aeon. That can make him extremely overpowered right now. And Turkos, I haven't seen him do much except for get absolutely annihilated by these megaliths. And I left Uplay on, and someone's playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So sorry about that, guys. I left that open, and another person is online, it appears. Hopefully they don't start talking to me. Sorry about that. But here comes a bunch of megaliths to make Turkos's day a living hell. Yeah, there's Turkos just chilling back, trying to get a gantry. I don't think that's going to be highly effective considering the large number of megaliths. I think there's a 5th one popping out of the gantry right now. A 6th one on the field, unless there's a cicada. I think a cicada would be very helpful. That's not enough loyalists to deal with all of those tactical missile launchers. I mean, they are, but it depends on the angle in which they fly in. Unfortunately, the anti-missile launchers are kind of bugged in this game. They're not super accurate. They do a decent job in high numbers, but you've got to have quite a bit of them. Right now, they are doing an excellent job at stopping these tactical missile launchers, so that's very cool. And Tanks being a total jerk and getting a bunch of air. And that's another thing that happens when a player is left all by himself, being left completely alone. You could just air up. I don't think anyone knows this is happening. Does Alpha Hex know? I don't know. But Alpha Hex does have a cicada and quite a few is that loyalists? No, adapters. Excuse me, everyone, for calling them the wrong thing. And Alpha Hex gets training on his units. These units right here, they need to have Chrome Shield and Teleport. Heavy 6000 needs to teleport a little in at a time all over, but that's just not going to happen because it appears Heavy is being pushed from both sides because Tanks is posturing at Heavy 6000. And you see that, everyone? That you see that big steaming pile of mass? That's what happens when you teleport in the middle of a bunch of megaliths. And see how fast those units die. They're not even being focus fired down. They just got the secondary part. And Tanks is going to build a Colossus. That may actually work. And if he gets a Seppuzer up, that would be even better. Because there'd be nothing in the field, in the air, to stop it because it's such a heavy unit. Tanks is... Alpha has training 4? Dang. Those are going to be some really strong megaliths there. There's 5 of them. Just wrecking house with more on the way. So you really don't want to deal with it. That's a cicada. Excuse me, a cicada coming out. Some explosions. And Turkos getting focused down. Boom! Down he goes. And Heavy 6000 being focused down. Boom! Down he goes in a blaze of cheesy glory. Just like Cholos in the beginning. He is grilled cheese. They are those fried mozzarella sticks. Look at them stuck together as they do so much get stuck together in the real world. When you get them from like Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. I'm not saying I go there. I'm completely messing around. But look at those 2 mushroom clouds holding hands there in their death. It's almost very romantic that they have died together. Yeah. So boom, down they went. Very well played there by Alpha Hex. That is 2 commanders, 2 tanks, 1 commander kill. It is now down to a 2v1, guys. Alpha Hex has been left alone. He has been doing all the attacking. I don't know how Alpha Hex is going to... You know what? I think there is a possibility that Alpha Hex could lose because look at all of tanks. That's a large number of tanks with the chrome shield. I think he's got chrome ×2 and artillery. Dang it. Alpha Hex has the almighty bomb bouncer and he's building long-range artillery stations. Right in front of that gantry. I don't agree with that, but it could be effective. And bombers coming down, taking out that lonely megalith. Boom! Down it goes. That is a big loss there. Well, it's not that big, but it's a pricey loss. Let's just put it that way. It appears that Tanks is going to bomb another... no, a gantry this time. Look at that damage. Almost in one pass. That could be a painful loss. And Tanks is getting it shelled from super far away. Those tanks need to move. Tanks, move your tanks, please. Oh, no, that's slaughter. Stop it, please. That gantry was finally wiped off the face of the planet. And what is he going for? Oh, don't fly over that bomb bouncer. Down goes one of those artillery stations with all of that AA. Do these have enough shields? No, they are... You can't be sacrificial like that. Is that a Colossus? Oh! There is a Colossus on the field, everyone. I was not expecting to see a Colossus. This could be a very good game indeed. And what has Ares been doing this whole time? He is twiddling his thumbs, it appears. Where is that commander? Ares commander. There he is. Oh my goodness, he's getting very close to a dangerous area. Sucking up some of that yummy mass that had to really help. Hopefully Ares is able to bounce back and maybe do something. Lots of air units taking out some mass extractors. Magnetron, really, Alpha? That is OP. This is OP. This is where Cyberns become so OP. Very good high defense towers, some bomb bouncers, AA towers. magnetrons. Now all he needs to do is get a boomerang out, and he will be untouchable, essentially. Dang, a factory went down. That's too bad. Oh, ouch. Oh my goodness, that is a really big loss there. All of the tanks were bomb bounce, and that is the most obvious bomb bounce ring I've ever seen, because there is the bomb bouncer. Boom, the fried pile of crap. Tanks researched a nuclear missile silo. That could actually be very useful, because I don't think there's an anti-nuke on the field. Is there? No. Universal Colossus could be pushed back by the magnetrons. Is Alpha Hex paying attention? Oh, nuke defense silo. That's going up super fast. Yeah, that's not going to be going up fast enough. And that, oh no, that Universal Colossus looks like it's got stuck. It is bugged to all heck, everyone. It can't even shoot. That's not fair. That's really unfortunate there for tanks and Ares. And like I said, everyone, Cybran becomes super overpowered at this time. And this step stool right here, this little stepping stone right here, overpowered. Totally helped take out a universal. Is it a universal? Yeah, it's a Universal Colossus. Alpha researched nuclear missiles, so it appears there's going to be nukes coming up. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because this seems like a big old turtle fest. Let's see, shield generation by Ares. Luckily, the Cybran artillery is fairly inaccurate, but there's a lot of them, and the Intellitron was researched. I don't know who actually uses an Intellitron. I guess if you really just want to move super fast, but the Intellitron is almost completely useless because regular planes could do the job, and they're cheaper, I believe, at least in research. Oh, there's an Intellitron. Well, it appears that Alpha has lots of research points, so he's just going for an Intellitron. You don't see those very often. Oh, excuse me. I had a little issue there with my throat. And as you can see, that nuclear missile got blasted out of the sky by Alpha Hexes. Tanks has 2 nuclear missile silos. I don't know how he thinks that's going to work. And it appears Tanks is going for a nuclear missile silo as well. So they're really hoping to just to overwhelm this nuclear missile silo right here. That thing just ground up a bunch of units. That was free mass in Alpha Hex's coffers right there. Oh, there it is. There is no anti-nuke. Here it comes. I think it's going for it. Boom! Unfortunate there for Ares. Ares keeps getting hit with a bunch of BS. Ares is... Man, he moves quick. What is he doing? Angler torpedo, huh, Ares? Yeah, Ares is totally just messing around at this point. Because why would he need an angler torpedo? He's coming to torpedo. Whoa, look at him do the moonwalk. Oh, it's the Intellitron. He was doing the, not the magnetron. He was doing the moonwalk into the magnetron's jaws of death. That is so rude to be able to do that to a commander. That's pretty funny, though. Alpha Hex. Oh, what happened to Tanks? Oh, no, I missed. I think Tanks just control K, to be honest with you. or got blapped with a lot of artillery fire. So down goes tanks, and it appears Ares is just doing a death march, trying to explode as much stuff inside of Alpha Hex's base. Like I said, if anybody knows how to remotely play Cybran, that's how you become overpowered as all hell. A bunch of artillery, some nuclear missile silos, and defense, for sure defense first. A bunch of bomb bouncers just in a configuration like this. Some megaliths, some a cicada or two, and at least 2 magnetrons pushing away the nasty stuff, alternating. So that's how it's done. And anyhow, Alpha Hex sent me this replay, of course. Thank you very much for that. There he is, all hunkered up, as snug as a bug, next to 2... what are those things called? Wow, I call them douchewalkers, but they're actually the bomb bouncers. They are super strong in this game. But anyhow, there he is, the winner of the match. His teammate was trying to lay the cheese on very thick there for Tanks, but Tanks was having none of that. And another player, Heavy 6000, was laying the cheese on quite thick. They really like their Gouda, their Limburger, and their Swiss, because they are full of holes from all of those artillery shells that fell upon their heads. So very well played there, Alpha Hex. I'm going to mention every player in this game. Cholos, very nice try there with the point defense creep. That is a very rude thing to do, but it could be highly effective. Very well played there. Very well played there, Tanks. You're an excellent player. And so is Ares. Very well played. I could tell he wasn't taking the match all that seriously, because he literally researched the torpedo launcher on his commander for no apparent reason. I think he knows what he got licked, because he got cheesed super hard by Heavy 6000 with that tactical missile launcher. Nobody expects a tactical missile launcher in a 2v2v2 or something like that, because I think he didn't have the research points for the anti-missile launchers. And then Truckas played very well. Heavy 6000 was cheesy, but played well as well. So thank you guys for playing. Awesome job there, Alpha Hex. Good game. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends, family, and foes, because they need something interesting to watch as well. And as always, everyone, GG.